And welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. My name is Beloved, and on this channel I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. So we're going to go ahead and get into our special feature today, which is titled Indivisible. You can actually find this film streaming right now on PureFlix. And here's what this film is about. Fresh out of the seminary and basic training, Army Chaplain Darren Turner receives orders to deploy to Iraq, leaving his wife behind to care for 3 young children. The harsh realities of war soon take their toll on Turner, making it hard to stay connected to his family. Friends, this film takes you on such an emotional roller coaster. It does has its beautiful moments, as you can imagine with any film. It's gonna have those moments, because in life we do have some amazing moments, and we do have, you know, those moments where it could be very, very challenging. And you can imagine a film like this based off a true story, that you're gonna see a lot of challenging moments, a lot of challenging seasons with the Turner family, but we also do get to see those loving, wholesome moments, those moments when you're like, thank you, Jesus. And we can thank Jesus, thank God, you know, in any particular season that we're in. I'm just using that as an example, you know, to make the difference between there are the good moments and there are the more challenging moments. But of course, we need to be thankful in all of those moments, and we do get to see that within this film. And it's just, this film just pulls you in such a real way, because we're dealing with the realities. We get to see as a viewer, from the audience standpoint, the realities of what a family of war deals with. Whether it's the wife being left behind to care for the children, or the fiance being left behind, or in some cases the husband being left behind and the wife is going off to war. All of it is, and I love that one of the characters said this, pain is pain. You know, no matter what kind of pain that we're all are facing, there's no levels to pain. To everyone who is experiencing pain, it is pain. And I love that that character said that. That character was played by Tia Mowry, which is, you know, a really good actress that I really enjoy, especially from childhood. So that was wonderful, and it was just really set in when she said that, because it was in this really special, really vulnerable scene with her being one of the wives who, her husband in the film had a really major injury, as well as dealing with the wife whose husband did return home from war, but he was dealing with a lot of post-traumatic stress, so he wasn't necessarily himself in this moment, in this particular time in the film, as well as a fiance who was left behind with 2 children, because she lost her, you know, her loved one there at war. And yet they were all experiencing pain in this very vulnerable moment, and there's like no levels to it, because to each, you know, pain is pain. You can never really understand it. All we know is that it hurts as a human being. And I really love that about this film, that it really just brought that kind of message home to us, that of course in all of these seasons there's one thing that we have in common, that we all need. We could all use that hope, we could all use that faith, and we could all use prayers. No matter what we're facing in life or where we are around the world, we as human beings do have that one thing in common, that we all could use more hope. We could all use more faith, and we could all use, you know, more courage and more prayers. And this movie just really touched home. Just to know it was based off a true story really does hit home in a whole nother way, to know that a real life family out there experienced this, and not only just one particular family, but many families across this country and across the world go through this out on a daily basis. And I know that this movie cannot even do anyone who's living this kind of life justice, because a film, you know, 2-hour film, obviously it can't capture every single moment that these families go through, but what it did do for someone like me who doesn't live a life like this, is make me aware that, hey, there are other people who are living this life. There are other people whose life is not like yours. And all of these families around the world could always use prayer. I mean, they can never, all of us can never get enough of prayer. And this film really does have you praying throughout the film, even though you know the film is actually done, you know what it said is done in the film, but it's still made you want to pray because you know that it's still real. These stories are still going on today. And I want to encourage you all out there as you watch this film to lift up these families in prayers, these wives, these fiancés, these children who are dealing with, who are living this kind of life on a daily basis. Pray for these families, thank these families, and I'm going to say that now. Thank you all out there who do live a life like this, who have the courage and the strength to lend your husbands, your fiancés, on our behalf as a country is courageous and requires so much strength and so much faith. I can't even imagine. But I do want to say thank you, and you are in our prayers, and may God bless you and continue to bless you all of your days. You know, these families out here who are living this life. And for us as viewers, as audience, I want to encourage you all to watch this film, because we do need to have our eyes open to know that there are other people out there besides us. You know, there's so many people who live so many different lives that we probably cannot even wrap our minds around. But what we can do as people is pray for one another and to continue to uplift these families, these children, these wives, these husbands up in prayer. So I know I have said a lot. This film really does, it just pulls on your heartstrings. It is so emotional. You are on this emotional roller coaster. You're shedding tears, you're praying, you're laughing, you're like, oh my goodness, just how thoughtful these families are to one another, how they lift each other up because they know that they share in one another's journey and one another's story is just absolutely amazing. And I just could say more and more. I can go on and on about this, but I'm going to go ahead and close us out here and just remind you all to be thankful wherever you are in whatever season in your life today. Be thankful and just remember to always keep praying, and then remember that you're never alone. There's always someone else along your journey and sharing in your story, whether you see them or not. Just know that you're not alone. So I'm going to go ahead and close us out. Until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.